Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Confronting Evil Season 1 book stream, book promotion stream. I actually feel kind of bad because I was supposed to do this earlier. I was hoping to do this last week or even the week before when the book was actually released, but there was a lot of things going on. Work's been pretty busy. And yeah, just haven't gotten to it until today. But I do want to welcome you. I will give it a minute or two before I get into it, so people will be able to show up. But very glad that you were able to make it.
Hello, chat. I would like to say hello. Hello. Goodbye. Over the stream.
My daughter, of course. Everybody knows Shiloh. Most of you do, anyway. So, I guess we'll go ahead and we'll go and get right into it. The Confronting Evil book is, like I said, it is Season 1. So, it is the entire first season of Confronting Evil. Hello, ISB. How are you? Hope you're doing well. If the music is too loud, or if you can't hear me all that great, something's, the audio is not working, please just let me know, and I will do my best to adjust accordingly. Jose, how are you as well? Welcome to the stream. So, this book is the first series, or the first season of the series that Doughboy and I wrote. He wrote half of the stories, and I wrote the other half of the stories, which has been a lot of fun. Everything that has happened was very much planned out, at least the major plot points. Wanted to make sure we hit a lot of beats. Season 2 and Season 3 are actually in production, working on Season 2 right now, but 2 and 3 are basically outlined. Especially Season 2, right through Season 2 is all outlined. So that way we can still work on our stories independently and connect them together once everything is written. But this book right here, obviously the first season was a lot of him and I producing it on the fly. He would, write a couple of stories and then hand it back to me, and then I would write the next story or two, and then I'd hand it back to him until it came to fruition. I do very much hope that you guys liked Season 1. We do have a lot planned for Season 2 and beyond. So I hope that you've been enjoying the Confronting Evil series as much as I've enjoyed writing it so far. It's actually an absolute blast to write. Every one of the stories basically writes themselves. But we did go ahead and also through, as many as you know, the seasons are 10 episodes long. So it is all 10 stories are in here. But we wanted to make that so there was a reason to purchase the book. That if you got the book, you got something a little bit extra than, just what was available on YouTube. So we also wrote an exclusive story, which actually takes place between episode 3 and episode 4. During this past Christmas, there was not a Confronting Evil story during that December. So, Doughboy actually had I wanted to do an exclusive, but I wanted to do a twist on the exclusive. An exclusive, if we were going to do, Confronting Evil books at the end of each season, I wanted to do something special with the exclusive. And he's like, well, why don't we just make them all about a holiday? Every one of the series, every one of the books will have like a new holiday themed exclusive. So in this book, it takes place between episode 3 and episode 4, and it is a Christmas themed exclusive and actually ties directly into a monster mob on Christmas night, which was one of the stories that was released last December. So this story in the book ties directly into that, and does explain that span of time of what was going on. The hardcovers are really cool. Pricing is actually what I wanted to go over first. The pricing of the book itself is as cheap as I could make it. Kindle, I could not make the Kindle version any lower than 99 cents. I would make it free. It's digital. It shouldn't really cost anything to sorry about my cat talking in the background. I can't make it cost any. I would be free. It shouldn't cost anything for a digital copy of something. But Kindle forced me to charge 99 cents. So the Kindle version of this is 99 cents. And everything else is literally printing costs. I believe the paperback is $4.99. And if I'm not mistaken, the hardcover is $12.99. Let me take a look. I do know that, I did not include the picture art in this. Honestly, just did not have the time to draw all the pictures. I did want to get this released shortly after season 1 ended. But it is 131 pages long. So at 11 by 8.5 paper. So you're talking 90,000 words, probably somewhere around there. It is a pretty hunky book, pretty chunky book, and the hardcover is $11.99, so it's $12. And I could not make it any lower than that, so I do apologize. Nope, I did not put that in the book, Jose, in any book. If I was going to, I would certainly reach out and ask, the author's permission before I went ahead and did that. But no, I did not. I don't really publish anybody else's stories except for Doughboys. I will publish his. We kind of co-write together. So special cases maybe. Would be kind of cool maybe someday to put out like a, submission anthology or something. That'd be kind of awesome. That's something to think about. But, so yeah, the pricing on this is as low as I could possibly get it. Like I said, each version is pretty cheap. I know hardcovers, obviously, $12 is, that's pretty hefty of a price, but, it does, the hardcovers are really, really nice. I have a hardcover version of The Legacy of Locust Lake. And I really, really like how the hardcovers look. And I know Doughboy picked up a copy of the Confronting Evil book, and he picked it up in the hardcover version. And it does look really sweet, especially with its black finish and stuff like that. So, and I will get back to that exclusive just to talk a little bit more about it in a little bit. I do want to say this stream probably also won't be too long. Most of the book promotion streams are about a half an hour, so I just wanted to kind of go ahead and put that out there. So pricing and then formats. So I think I just obviously touched very quickly on the formats themselves. So we went over the pricing and formats at the same time. Formats are Kindle and paperback and hardcover, and you can order them from Amazon right here. I'm going to paste the link into the chat. And also, you can, the link is also in the description to the stream. So, if you guys are interested in just, checking it out, taking a look, the link is right there. So, you're able to go ahead and click on it. Pricing, format, and contents, and more. So, contents, as per the usual, I will go ahead. Honestly, like I said, that's Amazon's printing costs. The reason why is first you have the baseline cost of, the paper itself, and apparently from, the paperback, that's about $5 worth of materials. At least that's what they're going to charge for it. And I'm guessing the hardcovers are probably a little bit more expensive because I do have the hardcover of Locust Lake, and it is a really nice, very durable textbook style hardcover, and it's also a glossy finish. I don't have the matte finish either on the hardcovers. They're all glossy. So with the glossy finish, they just, I think that also tends to drive the price up a little bit more. So if you did want to get the hardcover route, yeah, it is a little bit more pricey than $5. It is $12. It does break that $10 range, but I really was not able to get it lower. The only thing I will say is like my merch, my hoodies and stuff like that are through Amazon, and those two, I have them down to like $36 for the hoodies now, because I don't make anything on the hoodies. I think I make like 5 cents or something. It's not even connected to a bank account, so I don't, I don't make anything on the merch. This book is very much like the merch. It's as close to a gift from me to you as I can possibly make it. So that's why I try to keep it low. I don't really do this stuff to make money. I really just want to get the stories out there and let people know that they exist, that there's enjoyment to be had, and I don't really want to charge for it. I don't want it really to turn into a job, because once my hobby becomes a job, it's no longer a hobby anymore. It's not fun. It becomes work, and that's not cool. So, but like I said, I'll go ahead and I will read the prefaces and the acknowledgments from me and Doughboy, and then I'll probably talk a little bit more about the exclusive that's in here. Maybe I'll even read the first paragraph, and that will probably be the end. So my preface, and again, I do have some spelling errors that I've corrected. I'm reading out of my author copy, so if I do stumble over something, I do apologize. Preface by L.W. Sutton. I absolutely love the Locust Lake series. The story and locations described are very intermingled with my own life. I'm also a huge fan of television shows, especially those that involve siblings scouring the country for monsters to kill and people to save. Couldn't actually, just put out there, I love Supernatural, but basically that's what that says. The following book, or series, is a love letter to all that has been mentioned. The events begin immediately after the events of The Legacy of Locust Lake, following the children of the Locust Lake Ahab Shiloh. Follow Shiloh's children, Seth and Mackenzie, as they unravel the mysteries that stalk their lives and struggle with the tribulations that kinship brings. It's a story of heart, loyalty, and a determination to never falter. So, if you're a fan of Locust Lake, get ready to take the show on the road, and it's going to be one bumpy ride. Welcome to Confronting Evil. And that is mine. And here is Doughboy's preface. The entirety of the Locust Lake series and the overall mythos has really been a love letter to horror media. From the 80s slashers to the modern-day horror shows on streaming services and TV to the works of famous horror writers, it has always been horror told through the lens of the fans of horror, and we try to hold true to that feeling. Imagine, if you will, a series of stories following the children of the heroine of the Locust Lake saga. Shiloh trained them to hunt the things that go bump in the night, and after what went down at Locust Lake, things can only get more crazy. I hope you enjoy the story of Season 1 of Confronting Evil. What secrets lie in store for them? What dark horrors might they defeat for the sake of humanity? And most importantly, will they make it out alive? Do like Doughboy's preface and acknowledgments. I feel he did a very good job with them. And we'll go ahead and move right along to the acknowledgments. I would like to conclude this book. This is mine. I would like to conclude this book with thanks to all my supporters. Writing is always full of ups and downs, and yet I find myself sitting here finishing up my 9th book. And that's pretty surreal, if I'm being honest. Intrinsic motivation is a key component to keep going and to do what I love. It is you, those reading this, and those like you, that fuel said intrinsic motivation. Thank you to my beautiful wife for your unending support. Thank you to my children for your understanding and genuine intrigue. Thank you to my mother, father, brothers, and the rest of my lifelong supporters. Thank you to all of my friends, and if you're considering if you are counted as one, you likely are. Thank you to all the fans of my work, whether it be writing or narrating. Each and every project takes so much time, and seeing others' enjoyment makes every minute worth it. Lastly, thank you. Thank you for purchasing this book and showing interest as well. I truly hope you enjoy all that you've read and look forward to my next installment. So, thank you guys. Basically, that's... whole thing is basically a thank you. And here is Doughboy's. I know that I've said it before. This was got like a few paragraphs, so... I know that I've said it before, but I would seriously like to thank all of our fans. I know it sounds cliche, but you all make what we do worth it. When I write, I always think about you all and what you will think of it. I write the characters for your enjoyment and mine, and it really means a lot to me that you all enjoy what we do. So from the bottom of my heart, I mean it when I say thank you for coming back for more. You are all the best. Another person that was the best is my grandma Alice. She was probably my biggest fan, and I know that she was very proud of everything that I have accomplished. She was always there for me and always pushed me to embrace my talents, and for that I am very grateful. She was eternally grateful. She was always so happy to hear about my writing, and I was happy to share it with her. She bought copies of the earliest books, and she enjoyed reading what I wrote. She passed away in February 2022, and I miss her dearly. But she will always remain with me, and I will always remember the joys that she had in my writing. I would like to thank my mom and dad. I know I don't call or talk to you nearly as much as I should, but just know that I appreciate everything you have done for me and all the support you have given me over the years. Same goes to my aunts and uncles. We may not always see eye to eye, and we haven't been on the best of terms, but I care for you all, and you all have molded me into what I am. Another important group of people are all of my friends back home. I miss you, and you guys are still in my thoughts. Thanks for all the good times that inspired countless ideas for the stories I have written. Even the friends who I have had disagreements with don't talk to anymore. You are all part of this saga, and that part really couldn't be more true. There's been a lot of stories put into the Locust Lake stories that are true stories, for the background, for the setting. So I know exactly what he means there. And then last paragraph is also would like to give another thank you to my longtime friend and co-writer for the channel and this book, Sociopathic himself. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to show my gore-filled, horrific creativity and for doing what you do. I can speak for a lot of people when I say it means a lot. And honestly, Doughboy, if and when you do listen to this, man, thank you as well. Working with you has been a pleasure beyond words. It's just been a lot of fun, and I really don't intend to stop anytime soon. So, but yeah, and then obviously the back matter has got my preface on the back. I absolutely love the Locust Lake series, yada yada yada. And then it's got a negative picture of a cartoon version of my mask, and then I've got basically a small, the table of contents, what you'll find inside. So episode 1 is the Devil's Drink. Episode 2 is this Megabytes. Devil's Drink was Devil's Punch Bowl setting. Episode 2 was about Eddie, the IT guy. That's where we first met Red Eye. The Devil's Belt, and the Devil's Belt was where they killed the werewolf, and they actually got the werewolf belt that Mackenzie puts on at a later point in the series. Don't want to give anything away if people have not seen it yet. Then the fourth story in here is one that was not narrated. It's the exclusive, and it's called Unnatural Ice. It is a Christmas-themed confronting evil story, and I can tell you this much. I'll let you know that it's about Fleshy. Fleshy the Snowman. Seth and Mackenzie go up against Fleshy the Snowman. The only real downside to this story is that it'll never be narrated. It is a really, really good story. Doughboy and I both wrote it. We co-wrote it together. So I like the fact that each of us had an equal hand in every part of this book, which is just really, really cool. Really can't say how much I really enjoy working with Doughboy. Then we have Sovereigns and Scraps. That's where we learn a little bit more about Red Eye, the Scottish Centaur, which was that thing, I believe, in the basement of that farmhouse. The water horse. That's right, Mackenzie's killed it with a squirt gun. Love that episode. I'm not licking Popes, and that's when they go back to Pope Lick Creek, and they meet up with Tim in the insane asylum, and Tim was the main character in The Monster of Pope Lick Creek, which is a story I wrote and put out a few years back. So it was kind of cool to do that with Devil's Punch Bowl and The Monster of Pope Lick Creek. Sovereigns and Scraps is actually a sequel to Spare Parts for the Gods. So it's just really neat to kind of like write side story sequels to some of the other stories that I've written and kind of connect everything into one giant dreamscape Locust Lake universe, which is pretty cool. And yes, obviously, if those of you that have heard the series, you know that Seth and Mackenzie have been putting together pages of the Dreamscape book. So the Dreamscape stories and the Locust Lakes all exist within the same universe. Back in the neighborhood, and that's when they go back to the Gilmont Mansion in Susquehanna, Pennsylvania. Or near Susquehanna. I think it's actually over the border in New York State, but it's real close to that area. So it was kind of cool going back there. Doughboy wrote that one, really liked it. Then there's Splitting Hairs. I wrote that as an Easter upload that came out right before Easter in April this past year. It's a bunny man story, and I really liked it. And it started that disagreement between Seth and Mackenzie. So we started building towards the ending in episode 8. And then obviously episode 9 was, Night of the Living Parasites, where they have to barricade themselves inside their house, which has a cliffhanger ending, which picks up directly afterwards with The End of the Road, which was the finale. So the penultimate episode and the final episode are basically like one long episode. So it's got 11 stories in the book, basically. Devil's Belt. See what I can find here. Alright. It's not the first paragraph, but I'm going to read one paragraph of Unnatural Ice. And it is part of the intro before it gets into the rest of the story. But I'll read one paragraph. He had to get away. He had to hide. Alan screamed for help as he ran, hoping someone would hear his distant cries in the dead of winter night. Unfortunately, he wouldn't get far. The snow before him grew thick and deep, and trying as he might to get free, it soon became like that of quicksand, slowly pulling him downward and refusing to let him go. Now, don't let your bad holiday behavior get you down, Alan. Allow me to do that for you. The flesh man chuckled, standing and towering above a squirming Alan, like a fly caught in a bowl of milk. No, please, Alan began, but it was of no use. The flesh man reached out with a bony arm in hand and pushed Alan deeper into the unrelentingly thick snow, until he was completely submerged, cutting short his pleas for release. The fiend chuckled deeply to himself, unheard by anyone. His voice carried on the wind of a winter night, its malice concealed by shadow and the good faith of a sleepy community, unaware of the horrors lurking just outside. And that is just one paragraph of Confronting Evil 3.5, Unnatural Ice. So if anybody does want to go ahead and punch anything into the comments, I am more than willing to answer. If you guys have any questions, I will give it a minute or two, because I know that there's a delay and stuff like that. If you guys have any comments, any questions, by all means punch them in, because I probably will be ending the stream pretty shortly, about 5 minutes or so. By the way, ISB, love you back, man. 100%. Thank you for literally, always being here. Very, very much appreciated. I'm really, really glad that you enjoy the content as much as you do. Very, very much appreciated. and everybody else, obviously, as well. So, again, I'm just really, really happy to be able to get this book out, to finally be able to promote it a little bit. It has been out for about a week and a half, and I haven't been able to do the promotion stream for it, so I'm glad I was able to do that tonight. Also glad I was able to go out to Lowe's and get some supplies for the house that I needed. Put a new carpet down in my hallway, and my daughter and I painted the door to our game room, which was pretty fun. So I had a very busy day, but this marks like basically the end of my day. It was the last task I needed to complete, and it feels good to have the book out there, to promote it and say, here it is, Confronting Evil Season 1. I honestly do think that if you pick it up, you will enjoy the book, even just reading through the stories that you've already heard. I think you'll enjoy having your own experiences with them in your brain, I guess. I know when I read something or hear something, kind of is two different things to me. It might not be everybody else. I do think that you'll really, really like that exclusive. And like I said, I wanted to make sure, even if you get the Kindle version, that you get something for the money that you're paying. So, I appreciate it. Nope, not a problem, Rachel. I was actually just heading out, though, but it is really, really nice to see you. And I very much appreciate that, ISP. They just made the hardcovers available when I released The Legacy of Locust Lake this past late winter. So, and then I went back and I made them all hardcover available. So, all my books now are available in hardcover. Even the previous ones that were, before there was even a hardcover out, I didn't have a hardcover. But now they all have hardcovers. So, pretty happy about that. But alright, I am going to go ahead and head out. I do want to thank you for stopping in to this book promotion stream. It was a lot of fun, at least getting the information out there. And I do really hope that if you pick up the book, I really hope you enjoy it. And I honestly think that you'll absolutely love it. Absolutely love you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. And we will talk to you next time. Have a great night and be safe out there. Bye-bye.